What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Oh, yeah.
This is Chris, I am Andrew, and
Hello.
as you can see, we are the Terror Twins, the dynamic duo.
Yes.
Brandon had some business to take care of.
The superpowers, if you will.
So, we decided this week to talk about Halloween 2, since Brandon's not in the house. So sorry, Brandon. What are your feelings? No, I'm just playing. We're going to have some Van Dammage tonight. And we put out on Facebook for some Van Damme questions, since we're talking all things Jean-Claude. And we're going to go for a couple of them right now. How do you feel about that?
I've been waiting for this for a long time. I'm not going to lie. I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. In a world full of action heroes, he is... I mean, yeah, he's a small guy. Don't get me wrong. He is a very small man. And I understand why a lot of people, mostly snobbish Americans, consider Jean-Claude to be not,
worthy.
Not worthy, but really, man, he's a true martial artist. Like, there's no doubt. I mean, he hasn't competed in 40 years or whatever, but he's still a legitimate martial artist. Chuck Norris, same. He's a legitimate martial artist that should be respected.
Yeah. And it's a shame we had to get rid of Brandon to do this podcast because he's a Seagal guy.
Yeah.
Neither one of us
Boo.
are.
No, there's a lot of Seagal movies I like too.
Yeah.
But he runs like a sissy girl.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always been a Van Damme guy. All right, we're going to jump into a couple. I'm going to pick one at random. Jason wants to know, what is our favorite Van Damme fight scene?
Ooh. Favorite fight scene? For me, Final Fight of Bloodsport.
Yeah, I'd probably...
I mean, yeah, it's a cop-out, I know. But I've legitimately seen Bloodsport over 30 times. I guarantee it. My cousin Austin would vouch for that, because every time I was at his house, I watched Bloodsport.
I was going to agree with you, and then I had to change my mind. I'm going Universal Soldier.
Final Fight?
Final Fight,
Yeah, I can see that.
You're discharged, Sarge.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. That leads into the next question. Who is the best Unisoul?
Dolph.
I was going to go Dolph, but he's so crazy, he's not very efficient.
No, that's why I liked him. I think, not to take away from Jean-Claude, but I think Dolph stole the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
The whole movie. And, that was some of his best acting.
Yeah.
Just being that insane.
That
would be
charismatic.
Yeah, it'd be very hard to do, and not crack up laughing at yourself while being crazy,
And I love the name Andrew Scott for no good apparent reason. I'd probably have to go Luke Devereaux, just because I wanted to go Bill Goldberg, but I can't.
Yeah.
All right, well, that leads us in. Thoughts on Universal Soldier?
Well, like I said, I think Dolph stole the show. The love interest, what was her name?
Oh, the girl with the cigarette smoking voice?
Yeah. I can't believe that at one time in this world she was considered a hottie.
Yeah.
Like that. It doesn't make any sense.
I still halfway consider her when I watch the movie.
Yeah, I mean, she is an attractive woman. But back then, she was a hottie.
Yeah.
And she is an attractive woman. But she is no hottie. She is no supermodel. But, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fair love interest, I guess.
Awesome fight scenes. Very gritty. The final fight,
in the rain.
In the rain. He lobs the grenade at Jean-Claude's girlfriend. It's freaking awesome.
I love the scene where they're going down the dam.
Yeah.
I think we've actually talked about all this before.
We have.
On
a
versus that you all will never see.
Because that's right. No, it got
got copyright.
Yeah, I got copyright striked.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Maybe one day we'll get that back out there. But
Doubt it.
yeah.
What's your favorite scene? I got one, and I think you'll like.
The scene where he's in the diner eating, and he just wants to eat.
Okay.
And they won't leave him alone.
Yeah, that's a good one. My favorite scene is whenever him and her are standing, like, looking at each other, the bus takes off.
Oh,
And all the cops are sitting there waiting. I love that.
That's a great reveal.
It's awesome. It's an awesome scene. It's like, move that bus off of that, I don't know, the house show where they fix up poor people's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anyway.
All right. Well, Universal Soldier, where would you rank it in the Van Damme canon?
Top 5?
I'd almost go top 3.
Oh, it's up there. It's up. I'll say it's up there for now.
I'm going to say it's my number 3.
Okay.
We'll do a top 5
Okay.
at the end of this thing. All right. You pick one now. We'll just go through his whole filmography.
Time Cop.
Time Cop. That's probably my number 2.
That's another top 5 for me. I haven't, at this point in the video that we're creating, I have not finished my top 5 in my head yet. But Time Cop is there for sure. Yeah. Time Cop's top 3.
Yeah.
The split scene is the best. I mean, he has a split scene in almost every movie that he's done.
Yeah.
But this split scene is the best one. It makes the most sense.
Yeah, he actually does it
Yeah,
for
he
a
actually
reason.
does it for a reason. He's not just, getting his chi or whatever.
Or dancing.
Or dancing. I mean, everybody says, oh, well, there's no reason to do the splits while you're dancing. Them girls were very, very impressed.
Yeah, yeah. The guy's not so much.
Yeah, the guy's not so much. Especially the one that got punched in the face.
Yeah.
But no, best split scene. I love this. The story's awesome.
Yeah.
It, especially as a kid when it came out, it really just hooked me because the very first scene, the first probably 10 minutes had me.
Where they're in the Wild West.
Yeah, and then they were at. He went to Wall Street.
Yeah.
Whenever the market was, and then the guy jumps out the window.
Yeah, and the whole thing, you don't think about it, but if there was such a thing as time travel, you'd need somebody to police that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's as illogical as it is. It's still feasible in that world that they would have something like that. I was doing a little research. This was actually his most financially successful film.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, it made almost $50 million, something like that. Which surprised me because when I think Van Damme, I'm thinking he was a star throughout the mid to late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I got to looking, like, all of his movies after 95 lost money.
Yeah.
Which is, like, crazy to me because he was in tons of movies during that time. Mm-hmm. But,
not many of them were that good.
Right. Critically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at one point, I thought he was the next Schwarzenegger and Stallone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Stallone had a down point there in the 90s too. Don't tell Brandon because he.
Well, I think he made some of his better movies at that point when he wasn't as popular.
Yeah. Daybreak.
Daybreak is one of my absolute favorite Stallone movies.
Yeah.
Copland, awesome.
Yeah.
Just all those movies that that weren't as popular
were still good.
They were some of my absolute favorites.
But I guess what I'm saying is the way I saw it. I don't think he was ever going to surpass Arnold.
No.
Who was going down too doing stupid comedies, but I thought at one point in the 90s he had almost surpassed Stallone. But then I got to looking at his box office, and most of his movies only made $20 to $30 million. It's not like they were highly successful.
Well, there was a turn in the 90s, too, when people weren't watching so much action. They were watching stupid comedies.
Yeah.
I won't say stupid content. They were watching lighter-hearted stuff, Unlike, I think there was an overload of grittiness in the 80s, the 90s. They wanted something else.
Yeah.
Now, thankfully, we're kind of... They're putting out so many movies now that they can do both.
Right.
For the most part. But, and I'm glad Jean-Claude's back.
Yeah.
Making movies. Especially now, because it's like he actually has a love for it now, and it's not just because he needs money.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
he doesn't need to just pay child support.
Yeah, exactly. I know he does need money, but he's not doing it just because.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually think we need to do an entire podcast just on Time Cop sometime.
Yeah, we probably should. Yeah. There's a lot to discuss it.
Yeah.
Everything's... The practical effects were pretty good.
Except for the cars.
But,
you can't predict that.
You can't predict cars.
Yeah. Back to the Future couldn't do it.
No. It seems like every movie can't predict what cars are going to look like in the future. They're going to look just like the cars now.
Yeah.
But anyway, awesome fights. Way more realistic fights.
Yeah.
Than what he usually had done.
Yeah.
He was just a cop that knew karate. He wasn't, he wasn't blood sport. He wasn't a kickboxer. He wasn't a Muay Thai fighter. He was just a regular cop. Or, well, I guess he wasn't a regular cop. He was an above average cop.
Right.
He was like the Special Forces or SWAT. And he just knew karate.
And this kind of leads us into one of our questions. I know you were eyeballing this one. Josh, who watches most of our videos, leaves us comments once in a while, wants to know what would be written on the bottom of your boot in Time Cop.
Well, I got a few different ones, but only a few there's only one I would probably say. if I was him, I'd have my initials on there because his initials are badass.
Yeah. JCVD on your forehead when he kicks you.
Yeah, if I was him, that's what I would have on there.
There's no other answer.
If I was me, I'd have Madness probably, or Ooh Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh Yeah. That'd be good. Or take one from Rick James. I'd have Cold Blooded.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or give it to me, baby.
Yeah, give it to me, baby.
It's the only time I've ever said that to another man.
That's okay. One time, that's okay.
All right. Doesn't mean nothing.
No.
Okay. Bloodsport.
Bloodsport is... Ooh, except for Rocky and Rocky 3 and Rocky 4. It's the best fighting movie that's ever been made.
It's right up there.
I won't say it's in the top. Man, I want to say 5, but I don't know. There's a lot of good fighting movies. I would say it's top 5.
Yeah.
It's replaceable with Kickboxer. They're both... Well, no, it's not. No,
it's a better movie,
It's a better movie by far. But Kickboxer has a much better training montage. Yeah. It's. I know we're talking about Bloodsport right now, but Kickboxer has the best training montage of any movie ever in the history of mankind. There's none can compete. When he's kicking the bamboo tree in half, he's getting stretched in half. I mean, there's nothing better.
Is that the one where he's on top of the building overlooking China to the 80s pop music?
I think that's Bloodsport.
Might be. I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking it was Kickboxer.
That's Kickboxer. Bloodsport is no, it's Bloodsport that he does that, right?
I don't know. That caps off any montage right there.
Oh, well, yeah. But I'm pretty sure. I know Bloodsport is the one where he's doing it in the room across the chairs.
Okay.
Because I can't remember his name, but the big dude, his friend that gets
from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, he
What
comes.
the heck's a Denmark?
Yeah, he comes in and he's drinking beer, and it's in the morning, and he comes in and he's like, "Oh, Earth to Frank,
Yeah, Frankie.
you might want to have kids someday." I know, I know it's that part. It might be Kickboxer that he's doing it on the balcony.
I like this movie so much. Me and a friend that we practice. He's a drummer. It was his idea. We practiced the Kumite song, "Fight to Survive."
Yeah,
it's. I'm sure it sounds hideous, but yeah, we do the Kumite thing. I don't know where I was even going with that. But, yeah, we're big fans. And I remember where I was going. That is that song was written by Stan Bush, who did all these '80s movies.
Yeah.
He did the song for Transformers, "You've Got the Touch." Yeah, so he's right.
So he's a master,
right there for me.
Yeah, he's a master.
Yeah.
I do think Bloodsport, one of the best villains.
Oh yeah.
Ever. One of. Especially in fight movies. Rocky, it's hard to beat Mr. T and Dolph Lundgren. But other than those two...
And Apollo Creed.
Yeah, I never hated Apollo Creed.
Oh, well, yeah, you almost want to like him.
Yeah.
I just thought you meant overall great.
Oh, no. I mean just a really good bad guy. Like,
okay.
You hate him. In a fighting movie, it's... This dude, I don't even know his name.
Mannerisms.
Yeah, he's insane. He wants to kill, But yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah, I
the cops.
say.
The cops are funny.
Yeah, Forrest
the girl
in his eye.
Yeah, the girl is good. I like the whole story is good where he runs away from the military so that he can fight.
Yeah.
It's all good. Everything about Bloodsport's awesome. Everything. There's no bad.
Make you want to go join an underground fight ring.
It does. I aspire to be an underground fighter.
He's got the madness.
Yeah, I've got the touch.
Oh, shit.
Touch man.
What do we got next?
Oh, man, I don't know. Well, I mean, we already talked about Kickboxer a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Kickboxer.
If you've seen Bloodsport, you've seen Kickboxer. I mean, it's pretty much the same.
It's not been that long since I've seen Kickboxer.
No, I mean, Kickboxer is a little... I mean, it's different. It's a different story. His brother gets... Paralyzed. Which, he's an awesome... Dude, I take back what I said about Bloodsport.
Oh, Tong Po?
Tong Po is a bad... Dude, he is crazy. He is a very good bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that final fight where they're in with the glass on their taped up knuckles. Yeah. That's one of the best in fight scenes. Well, I don't know. Bloodsport, Kickboxer.
Yeah.
As far as final fight.
I don't... Boy, I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up. Because they're both so similar. It's hard to put one against the other than Bloodsport is a better made movie.
Right.
It's a much nicer movie to watch, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's just, it looks better.
It's better produced.
It's better produced. It's a better movie. But they're pretty much the same movie.
Yeah.
Lionheart is... it's different, but it's the same too.
Yeah, little bit more of the same.
Yeah, the only difference between it is it's street fights, and it's not. He doesn't show up in a gi or nothing. It's just straight up street fight. All three of them have an awesome crotch hit punch, low blow.
Yeah, the one on the guy that he fights. That tells him he's so good looking he doesn't know whether to fight him or that's a good one.
Yeah, that is good. So, yeah, right as soon as they start fighting, he just bam uppercut into the junk. But in Lionheart, that dude starts spitting up blood. So he's definitely not having kids.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that one, too.
Never. That's the only thing memorable from that movie. I'm going to be honest. Lionheart is a bore, I think. I never liked Lionheart. It's not near as good as Bloodsport or Kickboxer. And I think they did another Kickboxer. How many Kickboxers did they do?
I don't know.
4 or 5? And I think they just did another one recently.
And he's in it, right?
Yeah, in the new one. I think he only did 2. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't watch any.
I think Michael J. White may have been in one of them, which he should. Michael J. White's awesome.
Yeah,
he's a great martial arts, actor. Man, I don't. We could talk about Cyborg, but I was like 5 when I watched it.
Yeah, it's been a while since
I haven't watched it since then.
I don't know if you've seen this one, but probably my favorite one is one people don't talk about, and that's Nowhere to Run. Mm-hmm. With him and Rosanna Arquette. Yeah. And it's a little bit unlike any other Van Damme movie in that it's not as actiony. It's got more of a... It's almost like a drama where he escapes the prison bus and comes in and becomes a father figure to her kids.
I'd say it is a drama.
Yeah. It's almost like they were going to make another movie and somebody got a hold of it or something and decided to make it an action movie.
They cast him.
Yeah. And a couple of the best bad guys in this one, I think that's another reason I like it. Ted Levine, Buffalo Bill, plays the muscle guy who's trying to get him out of town. And then the guy who hires him, who was in Lethal Weapon 2, I think his name's Joss Ackland, if I'm pronouncing it right. And he was also Denomalos in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a villain in everything.
Yeah. He couldn't do anything else.
No, not with that voice.
No.
But I love that movie. That whole bike chase at the end where he's on the dirt bike going through the desert, that's a really cool action scene. Overall, I'd say that's probably... I'd say it's probably my favorite one. It's probably the one I've watched the most.
Yeah. Oh, I know I've watched Bloodsport more than all of them. One that a lot of people overlook because it's stupid, but I love is Double Impact.
Okay.
I think that's right.
Him and Rodman.
Yes. Double Impact is the one with Rodman, and then there's Double Team?
No, Double Impact is him playing twins.
Okay,
and Double Team.
That's why I was
him and Rodman. Okay.
So the one with Rodman is the one that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's the one everybody pans. I think
it is stupid, but dude, it is. If you like the movies that we like, it's awesome. I don't know.
I'd say Rodman's an arms dealer, isn't he?
Yeah. Well,
that's what I was thinking.
And it has Jean-Claude fighting in a gladiator stadium. Towards the end, not to spoil anything if you haven't seen this masterpiece of a film. At the end, he's fighting in a gladiator stadium, and it just, I don't know, it's awesome. You have to watch it. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. I don't know how to explain it without giving anything away.
I was gonna say it's 20 some odd years old. You can explain it if you want.
He gets retired. They put him on an island, and it's all super security. Like no one escapes the island.
Right.
Well, he finds a way. He rehabilitates himself. He gets hurt really bad. He rehabilitates himself and gets back into fighting shape, and then he figures out a way to escape. It involves cutting his fingerprints off and putting it on one of those birds that, like the toothpick birds.
Gotcha.
That peck. And, anyway, he escapes the island and he goes and meets up with Dennis Rodman, who he knows because he's an arms dealer. And, you just have to watch it. It's stupid, but it's It's full of crazy action. Dennis Rodman is a ham. He's just ignorant as hell.
He's Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, he's Dennis Rodman. And it's awesome. It is awesome. I love armory scenes, like I've said a billion times. I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I love the Bulls. What else is there?
This was Rodman in his prime, too.
Yeah, exactly. This was WCW Rodman.
Yeah.
This was right after that.
Yeah. I think I actually remember when he was in the NWO when they were promoting this movie.
Yeah.
Tell you how old I am.
This was like a year after him and Karl Malone wrestled.
Yeah, it was sometime around there.
It was around the same time.
Well, got me marking out for some old school WCW.
Yeah, what's not to love? What's not to love? Everybody pans this movie. What's not to love about it? It's awesome.
4.7 on IMDb. I think they got it backwards.
Yeah, exactly. It should be a 7.4. I'll dock it a little bit.
Okay, what's your favorite direct-to-video? Because he released theatrical films clear up until the late 90s. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, it's been straight to video, straight to DVD.
Well, the last Universal Soldier, I think it's the last Universal Soldier that was made. It had him and Dolph both in it. And I actually really liked it. It wasn't great, by no means. But it was good. It was definitely worth watching. It was it was kind of trippy. It had a weird filter over the whole thing, but
artsy fartsy.
Yeah, but I really liked it. They messed some stuff up, man. I really liked it.
As those two should. I'll have to check that one out. I think I want to say that one's called like Day of Reckoning or something.
Yes,
something like that.
Something like that.
I'm gonna say mine's probably Replicant.
Replicant is very good. Replicant would be my second.
It's very okay.
Yes, yeah, it's very okay.
For a direct to video.
Yeah,
it's got some very strange parts, like when they're trying to teach his clone.
Yeah,
and stuff. But I thought he played a very convincing killer, and that's one thing you don't see is Van Damme as a bad guy that much. Like,
and we should
too.
We should. We haven't talked about Expendables 2. Van Damme was an awesome bad guy.
Yeah.
He should be a bad guy in everything.
Yeah.
French people are naturally villains. They are. Just the way they talk. They think they're better than you.
Right.
And that, it's just, they're naturally villains.
They got the Napoleon complex.
Yes, exactly. That's the real Napoleon complex. It has nothing to do with being short.
Right. Oh, but yeah, I thought he stole the show in that movie, and I was actually kind of pissed that he didn't get more offense. And we were watching the fight scene before we started recording this, and I told Chris I was pissed he didn't get more offense in against Balboa or Stallone, whatever.
Yeah. But I liked it. I thought their fight was pretty good. It was very gritty.
Yeah.
Just like every fight in Expendables, it was gritty, kind of realistic, kind of not at the same time.
Like him and Austin in the one before.
Oh, that one actually broke Stallone's ribs. Stone Cold, he told Stone Cold to actually tackle him, and he did, and broke his ribs.
Because that worked out so well in Rocky IV when he told Dolph to actually hit him.
Exactly. He gets hurt. Not to talk about Stallone too much, but in First Blood, he actually jumped off the cliff onto that tree.
Insane.
Yeah, he shattered his ribs, and they had to postpone filming for like 4 weeks or something because his ribs were shattered. He let Dolph Lundgren punch him. I don't remember what happened. It hurt.
Yeah,
it put him in the hospital.
Like moved his heart or something.
Yeah, it put him in the hospital.
Yeah.
He had in freaking man, I can't think of them. Rocky Balboa. They
were hitting him for real.
Yeah, he had the actual boxer punch him.
San Antonio Tarver.
Yeah. He had him actually punch him. This dude's a legitimate boxer in his late 20s at the time. Early 30s. I think his late 20s.
Yeah.
Why?
At the time, he was a 50 or 60-year-old man.
Yeah, he wants everything to look legitimate. But,
well, and I want to say in Bullet to the Head, him and Jason Momoa were really trading rounds, too.
oh, they probably were.
Yeah.
Probably were. They're both nuts. But leading back into Jean-Claude, Jean-Claude was in terrible shape whenever they were starting to make Expendables 2. And I watched an interview with him, and Jean-Claude said that Stallone saved his life because he called him and he said, I want you to be in my movie Expendables 2. But if you show up and you're not in the best shape that I think you could be in, you're not in it.
Wow.
So he quit doing whatever he was doing and started working out as hard as he could and eating right and living right.
And that final fight scene where you see his silhouette against the backline.
Triceps.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Maybe got into some DDP yoga or something.
Yeah, that juice is what he got into. He got on that good juice. I don't blame him. I would.
Yeah.
Whatever. You got money. You got time. You ain't got no drug tests.
Right.
Get on that juice. Oh.
Was there any other movies you wanted to cover?
I don't. Other than
Hard Target, man.
Well, no. Hard Target is that is a good one. It's not. It's definitely not my favorite, but it does have some really cool scenes. That's the one, the surfing the motorcycle.
Yes. Yeah.
It's got scenes like that. But other than that,
I want to say that's a John Woo film, and you can tell because he goes to kick somebody and he's triple kicking people.
Yeah. But Hard Target is good. But the only movie I can think of that we haven't discussed is probably the best movie of this. I want to
choose your words careful.
Oh man, it's probably the best movie of all time.
What you got?
I'm talking silent era, black and white, everything. Slasher, doesn't matter. Street Fighter.
Oh my!
Is probably the best movie you'll ever watch.
Better than The Godfather.
Oh, that goes without saying.
Better than what else we got? Halloween.
Oh yeah, obviously better than Halloween. Better than Halloween 2. I mean, it's a true masterpiece, an absolute work of art. I don't know why people don't love it like I love it.
I'm having trouble saying anything.
You know what I man, when it first came out, I don't even know how old I was. What year did it come out?
95-ish?
Okay, 95. So I was 8. It was the biggest movie I'd ever... It blew my mind that they even made a Street Fighter.
Right.
And then my head completely exploded whenever I seen that they had Jean-Claude Van Damme in a Street Fighter movie.
Right.
With
that accent, playing an American soldier.
Oh, well, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. I'll take whatever I can get, you know what I'm saying?
Raul Julia's M. Bison.
Dude, he's awesome. For real, I don't think nobody gives him credit for being the absolute best Bison. Nobody could play M. Bison like he did. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, the movie is terrible. It's a total ham fest. There's nothing serious in it. There is some pretty good fight scenes, I think.
It's not Mortal Kombat Annihilation bad.
No. but it's not Mortal Kombat good.
Right.
And then Mortal Kombat's not good, but it's better than Street Fighter. I hate to say that, but it is.
That's kind of how I felt about the games too. But.
Yeah, I do too. Mortal Kombat's better. Sorry, Street Fighter, it just is. But no, it's M. Bison was awesome. Jean-Claude was awesome, even though he was didn't even try an American accent. Which, I mean, technically, in the movie, he's technically a UN soldier.
Okay.
So, even though he's playing an American soldier from the game, in the movie, he's not an American soldier, he's a UN soldier. But no, it's a terrible movie. But it's still awesome. It's still, everyone needs to watch it once. You don't need to just not watch it because people on the internet said it's bad. You know what I mean? Like Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Everybody should watch it once.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Two more I want to throw out there that I really enjoy. I like Death Warrant a whole lot, where he's undercover in prison.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like that movie so much. I just do.
It's a little different for him.
Yeah. A little darker.
Yeah.
And I like Sudden Death a whole lot. I don't know if it makes my top 5, but Powers Booth is a great villain. Yeah. And it's basically Die Hard in a hockey rink. Yeah. And he beats the hell out of a woman in a penguin outfit. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, Sudden Death gets overlooked a lot. Nobody...
It's another one I looked up, and it lost a ton of money, too. Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
It had some bigger name B actors, if that makes sense to anybody out there.
Yeah, he's always got to have a good foil to play off of in all these movies.
Yeah, he's not a great actor. Well, I say that, but JCVD was a very good movie. He did an amazing job acting in JCVD.
Yeah. From the opening scene that we talked about a little while ago, where it's all presumably one take. Yeah. Like all the way through that thing, like a 5-minute long scene, to the scene where is he in an elevator? I can't remember.
I think so.
He's basically the monologue that he does is really awesome. Yeah. I've only seen it once, but I remember I thought, wow, he's actually acting.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not just fighting.
Right.
And when he is fighting, it's not like him dominating, It's
more realistic.
It's more realistic. I mean, he's a martial artist. Obviously, he's going to have an advantage over the general public, but it's very realistic fighting. It's a good movie. It's kind of a downer though to watch. Like you don't walk away from it like hell yeah, let's go fight somebody. Right. It's like man, thanks for killing my boner. my fight boner.
You ready to answer the rest of these questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
if I'm ready.
What horror movie should Jean-Claude have starred in? These next two are from Jonathan Knight over on B Movie Madness Facebook page. He's a really cool guy.
That is...
I'll go ahead and answer.
Go ahead.
I think The Exorcist. I think he should have spin kicked her and made her entire head spin around.
I hate to not have a better answer because that is an amazing question. I actually think it would have been great if he was in Friday. If he was in Friday the 13th and
Tommy Jarvis.
And he was a character just like himself where he thought for sure with his karate he was going to kick Jason's ass.
Turns out not to be the case.
It turns out not to be the case. Like, he gives him a good run. He keeps beating. Maybe Jean-Claude could be the final girl in a movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he could actually... Well, I mean, he could beat Jason.
As Jason's got him cornered, he could say, "He's killing me."
Yeah, he could. That'd
He's
be
killing
good.
me.
Yeah, he's killing me. He's killing me.
Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah,
The dancing.
that goes. My wife asked the question, favorite Van Damme move, and she says, "No, you can't use this in the bedroom."
Oh.
So, that would be it.
I was kind of hoping for her sake you'd do the splits. Try them anyway. Try them.
I'll split something. Anyway, it's got to be that dance.
The dance. Okay, I can see that. I'm gonna say split into crotch uppercut. That's my favorite move. He does it all the time.
Yeah.
I'll say it's his move.
Yeah, that's from Bloodsport and the Kumite, right?
Yeah. I mean, what's he do? He does a crotch punch in Kickboxer 2 and in Lionheart.
Anything he fights.
We'll just say every movie Jean-Claude punches some dude in the Jubilees.
Yeah.
The meat and two berries.
I'm not a big video game guy, but I'm guessing Johnny Cage was modeled after Jean-Claude.
Oh, I guarantee it.
One last question. This one's from Jonathan Knight also. What movie would you like to see a sequel made to?
Man, I would say Double Team. Even though it's probably his most hated movie, other than Street Fighter.
Right.
I would say Double Team. Just because, I don't know. Maybe not. There's all kinds. Bloodsport would be awesome to see a sequel to. They keep making sequels to these other ones. I mean, Universal Soldier, yeah, it deserved a sequel.
But
It deserved one sequel.
Yeah.
Not 6, not 7, 1. Kickboxer, I think they're on like 4. It didn't really deserve a sequel. Bloodsport deserved a sequel. Never got one, and we should have.
Yeah.
Boy, other than that,
if he could have got away from the cops and Nowhere to Run, I would say Nowhere to Run.
yeah,
Like to see him constantly on the run from the law, but
yeah, because they'd eventually turn it over to the U.S. Marshals.
yeah, and then you'd have the fugitive.
Yeah,
Tommy Lee Jones would be after him.
dude, what a good tie-in! If Tommy Lee Jones showed up,
Yeah,
and it turned into U.S. Marshals,
yeah,
awesome.
trying to take down Van Damme. Do it, Hollywood.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Hollywood.
You have to make the movie now because Harvey Weinstein touched me.
Yeah.
But anyway.
This shit writes itself, man. I don't know how these people aren't just rolling. Like, how are they not just rolling in ideas for movies?
Right. Yeah.
This shit writes itself. You get Jean-Claude's cheap right now, hiring.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee's cheap right now, hiring. An old U.S. Marshal had to come out of retirement because nobody else could get this guy.
Right. Yeah, go for it.
Dude, I won't even sue you to get the rights. Just do it.
Get it
Just
made.
make it. I want to see this. I love Tommy Lee. I love Jean-Claude. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby.
Oh, and there it was, tied all back in.
Yep.
We might as well end it right there because we're not gonna bring it back around like that again.
That's my goal.
All right, guys. Until next time, we'll see you.